Our first official JFGM podcast.
Yes.
Well, I'm Leilani. I'm the operations manager here at the Japanese Friendship Garden. I've been here for almost 4 years now.
4 years, wow.
Yeah. I got hired right before the pandemic started. So it doesn't even seem like a lot of time has gone by, but I feel like we've done so many programming and events since then that it's just gone by really fast. So
nice.
I'm the operations manager, so I help the different departments and oversee like day-to-day operations here at the garden.
And the HR stuff.
Correct. The not so fun part.
And I am the visitor engagement and visitor service coordinator. My name is Momoka. You can call me Momo if it's too hard. I am in charge of our visitor service stuff, and I also do like free craft on Free Tuesdays or docent tours, docent training program that we just started, which was a lot of information about garden, which helped me understand how the garden started and all that history and everything. That was great. And all the other stuff that I can't remember right now. But yeah, so we just wanted to start the podcast because we wanted to educate and inspire people by sharing Japanese culture. And the podcast is more casual and you can listen to it from anywhere in the world. So hopefully this will help you learn more about the garden and the Japanese culture.
Yeah, once it does get a good following, please send us what you want us to talk about, because we have this little list, but I feel like we'll start to run out because we'll probably just like jump to different subjects.
Okay, then I should probably tell you guys this, that I am Japanese. I am from Japan. I moved to San Diego when I went to college. I went to college here in San Diego, and then I won the green card lottery last year, and then I fully moved to San Diego. So I was born and raised in Japan, so I know the culture. And then Leilani.
Yeah, I might just be interviewing her the whole time. So that's probably, I'll take over the podcast and I'm going to interview you. So if we do get a good following, send me questions you'd like me to give Momoka, and it'll just be this interview.
Yeah.
But every podcast, I feel like, has their introduction song or phrase or something fun that they do at the beginning or end. Ours, I don't know. We don't have a song yet.
Right.
We don't have anything like a little jingle to play. We'll probably get there, but
we can probably, since it is a Japanese garden, we can probably start with maybe some words in Japanese.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that. Like, we're actually learning right now. We've been taking lessons, the staff here, for about maybe almost 2 months now.
Yeah, I think so.
So we can teach you what we've been learning. So right now it's morning time, so right now it's morning. So our intro word or phrase for today is Ohayo gozaimasu.
Yes, Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu, and that means
good morning in Japanese. And we started the staff Japanese lessons like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is very interesting for me to see you guys learning, because you probably know that we have different alphabets in Japanese. So we have hiragana, katakana, and kanji. They had to start from that.
Yeah, there's 2 different sets, which I'm still trying to memorize. But it'll be really exciting once I have that, like, both charts memorized and then can read. I might not know what I'm saying, but it'll be really fun to, like,
to be able to just
just say it, and then whoever is, like, hearing me speak whatever sentence it is, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly so that they understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah, I'm always I always attend the class as well just to help our instructor. But it's
Not to judge us.
not to judge you guys. Maybe a little bit, but no, it's kind of nice because I do have sometimes hard time writing in English or like speaking professionally in English, and see them learn different language. They're like, oh, now I understand how hard you studied and all that. So I'm like, thank you. But yeah, but it's fun joining that class, and I think you guys are learning pretty quickly.
Yeah, the executive director, she's advanced level. She needs to be.
Yeah,
She's already reading. She has, so she's the #1 student. She has both the charts pretty much memorized. So when we open up the workbook and the teacher is saying, what does this say? She can read it.
Yeah,
So
she's very
I
advanced.
hope to get to that level. Maybe by January or February.
Yeah.
I just have to take the time to do, I don't know, flashcards or something. That's
Yeah.
probably what would help me since I'm more visual learner, but yeah.
Yeah, flashcards. Maybe a Quizlet on your phone. Do you know that app?
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. And then one of our coworkers started doing Duolingo. It doesn't exactly match up to what we're learning with the staff, but I think just being more familiar with different, like the characters or phrases, like I think the more you hear it, you'll begin to like slowly understand and just like pick out parts and then figure out what the people are talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this piece of paper. If this is just purely audio, we have this piece of paper in front of us that lists different topics that we wanted to talk about. So like some of them is popular food, the night culture, like after work, places that you can visit in Japan, and then even like street style, garden design, like everything related to Japanese culture. So where should we start?
That would be interesting. Well, you are
Yeah.
planning to go to Japan.
Yeah, I've never been to Japan before. So in a couple years, I mean, we have this trip planned for 2025. So since you grew up there, what are the top like 3 places that is a must-see when you go there?
I would say definitely Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Those are like the major spots that all the tourists go.
Okay. How close are they to each other? Like
So,
an hour or like train?
from Tokyo to Osaka by the bullet train Shinkansen, it's about 2 hours, I want to say. And then Kyoto and Osaka are pretty close. So Tokyo, you can see all the modern city, like the biggest city in Japan, which is kind of true and not true, because the city itself is very small, but there are so many people and the population is huge, so it's very crowded. But you can see all the shopping, you can do all the shopping and see the city of Tokyo, right? And then Osaka is the second biggest city. They're known for food, so you can enjoy like okonomiyaki, takoyaki, and all that good stuff. And Kyoto is a very traditional city, so if you want to see the older style of Japan, Kyoto is a must. And they have a lot of good matcha sweets, which I love.
Matcha?
Yeah.
I like the matcha Kit Kats and like...
Yeah, if you like matcha
Yeah.
Kit Kat, I think you're gonna like it. There are many other places that are great. Like one of our coworker used to live in Hokkaido, and she loves Hokkaido, which is the northern part of Japan.
Yeah,
But-
one of our other coworkers, she is in Japan right now. Like she left
Yeah. I think
actually
she
this
left.
morning. She left this morning. She'll be gone.
For like 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know where you guys want to go when you go to Japan?
Oh, no idea. I'm having my husband and like our friends that are tagging along on the trip. I'm gonna have them choose.
Where to
So,
go?
yeah. They definitely want to try the food there. And then my sister, if she does end up going, we're the ones that are into like sightseeing and shopping. So we'll have I think a good mix of both, like eating, sightseeing and shopping.
And shopping, yeah. Yeah, shopping right now, it's the best thing to do in Japan because yen's so weak. I would recommend you changing the US dollars to yen right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a good rate.
And you said we can do that at the airport?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, so every podcast we will start with new words, new phrases in Japanese. So Leilani, you will need to learn more phrases.
To memorize, yeah.
So we can share, and you guys can learn one new words every time you listen to our podcast.
Yeah. And then for anyone who hasn't been to Japan, they really have seasons, right? So it's like snowing when it's cold.
Yeah.
It's hot when it's hot.
Yeah. Spring.
And then spring, we got the cherry blossoms. We got that nice breeze. What are things that people bring back, like as souvenirs?
I personally bring back a lot of food.
Snacks.
Or in snacks. But I actually went to Japan in May with my boyfriend, and it was his first time. He brought back a lot of ear cleaners.
Like Q-tips? Or
So we do use Q-tips, but we also use this like a.
oh, is it like the stick with the
It's
hook?
like
Or
it's like
even
a-
the screw-looking twisty?
Uh-huh. So we have a lot of like bamboo sticks that has like a hook on the end that you can just clean your ear with.
Mhm.
And I think that was very new to him. So we bought a lot of ear cleaners from Daiso, and then that was his souvenirs to his coworkers. We also got some clothing from Uniqlo or Japanese clothing brand. What else?
I feel like I would bring back all the cute, like, home decor, like, I don't know, something decorative.
Uh-huh.
Or, I don't know, keychains or plushies, like, are the stuff that I like.
Yeah. Yeah, your
And
desk.
stationery, too.
Stationery,
Stationery,
yes.
I like loved. Anything, journals, pens,
Yeah.
washi
Stationaries
tape,
are
all of
good.
that.
Yeah, stationaries. I love stationaries too. What else?
But yeah, I've noticed that whenever our coworkers come back, there's usually, like, a small box of treats or some, like, sort of food or
Mhm.
dessert.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's a popular thing as a gift when you come back.
Yeah. Because food and drinking is a huge culture in Japan. That's what my boyfriend noticed when he went there. He was like, Japanese enjoy a lot of like eating and drinking a lot more than they like American people do here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting. We do go out and drink or just go out and eat with your friends a lot. Because I feel like when I say let's go hang out in Japan with my friends from like middle school and high school, we always just go out and get food. Not like, oh, let's go hiking.
Yeah.
It's more,
Like, you know you're going to go to a restaurant or a cafe.
yeah, we always just go eat.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
because here I feel like when I say that, they'll be like, okay, like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Do you want to
So-
go shopping? Do you want to go
Mhm.
hiking, picnic, beach? Yeah, so that's a difference for sure. I think it's because we have the best karaoke.
I love karaoke. Like,
Well, you got
It's fun.
You got the karaoke machine with the mini disco ball.
Yes, we just had our staff party, so we did the White Elephant, and I got this mini karaoke machine. The lights are pretty legit on it, like the little disco light. It's small, probably it'll fit in the palm of my hand, and I plugged it into the USB. And for how small it is, it lit up the family room. It was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. Those I've seen online, like when you're talking about cafes, I've seen like the Shiba Inu cafe, the Owl cafe,
like cat cafe and stuff.
Yeah, cat cafe. Is that a thing there, or is it just something that people specifically go to because it's in Japan, but it's not, if you're a local or like live in Japan, it's something that you wouldn't visit?
I think cat cafe is more popular and famous in Japan, even for local people. If you love cats and you can't have cat at home, they just go there and play with them and all that stuff. But those like owls or like what else? I don't know. I've seen like
not the capybara one, because there's another animal. I don't think there's a capybara cafe, but if you know what I'm talking about, it's like these like big. I don't know if it's a rodent or a pig. Like I don't know what it is.
Probably pig.
Like
to
a
me,
pig,
it looks like
a hog almost.
Very big.
Yeah, it's like this
guinea
big guinea pig haired animal that sits in this hot tub with like steaming water and cut up fruits, and they're just relaxing in this hot tub. But the cat cafes, is it just something that tourists really find, and it's not a normal thing that people who live there don't visit?
I think cat cafe is more popular and kind of. I think there are more cat cafe than capybara cafe.
Yeah, it probably
doesn't
exist. But you said guinea pigs.
Oh,
they have
the hedgehog.
Oh, hedgehog. Okay, that's probably
what you were. Yeah.
Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Which is also cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those like.
Or the Shiba Inu. I would go to a Shiba Inu cafe.
I think cat cafes. We have a lot of cat cafe. Cause some like apartments, they don't allow you to have pets. So if you love cat, you can just go there to play with them and have coffee and stuff. But owls and hedgehogs and all that, like, I don't want to say like not weird, but like unusual animals cafe, or probably targeting tourists to be their customers.
I'm still gonna go when I go. You'll still see me there.
Yeah. Shiba Inu cafe will be cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. I wonder if you can adopt them. Like people there, if it's like set up like
maybe.
There's some cat cafes here in San Diego, and most of them are usually up for adoption. So I don't know if it's the same experience.
That'd be nice, yeah. Yeah. So if you're animal lovers and if you love hedgehogs and owls, you can definitely visit there. Because I know there are so many in Shibuya, Harajuku, all those like cities, so you can easily find them for sure.
Are there any Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yes. So, like here, you celebrate Christmas with your family, right? But in Japan, it's more like an event. It's more like just
like when people like 4th of July or like Memorial Day, they go out.
It's more like that.
Okay.
So Christmas, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner, you go out with them and have like a romantic dinner, and that's more like that. But if you're single,
the karaoke bar, yeah, the karaoke.
Or if you're celebrating with your family, we eat KFC. And I think it's not just me. If you're Japanese listening to this podcast, you can probably relate.
If please makes it to YouTube, comment below confirming that that's true.
Yeah, you can put the Christmas tree emoji to confirm. But yeah, we do eat KFC. So KFC started doing a reservation system for Christmas. So now
Oh,
you have
inside
to
the restaurant?
No, to
Or
buy chicken to go.
Oh, wow.
Even like
No, so okay, then it must be popular.
yeah. So you have to make a reservation days in advance to even buy chicken from KFC. And at my home we do KFC and temaki sushi. That's like, it's like a hand roll sushi. So
Okay.
my mom will just prepare the rice, seaweed, and all the ingredients, and then we just make our own hand rolls. And that's my Christmas
Tradition.
tradition. Yeah, that's different. What do you guys eat? What's the staple food?
It depends. So, I'm Filipino, but we're also very Americanized. So it's kind of like everyone brings a dish. Sometimes it is Filipino, or sometimes it's American. Like with Thanksgiving, like we had the turkey, but we also had other Filipino dishes too. So I feel like each family maybe has their own traditions. Like even like celebrating it at opening presents, right? So some will open it at midnight, some will open Christmas Eve, some will open it Christmas Day in the nighttime. So, but for my family anyway, it's probably like a mix of American food and then Filipino food.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. But usually we gather at somebody's house, like an aunt's house, and then all the cousins and relatives gather at like somebody's house.
But, yeah, that's fun. That's always fun. We do that on New Year's Day. So New Year's Day for us is like your Thanksgiving. So we all gather in someone's house and eat osechi. Those are the traditional food that we prepare. And that's like our Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yeah, so let us know what you want to know about Japan or even the garden. We can always invite our docents or our instructors we have for programs. And they can talk about their program or garden.
Okay, so what are some traveling tips?
So if you can fly to Haneda Airport, that will be the best airport to fly into if you're going to Tokyo first. So there are Haneda Airport and Narita Airport. Narita Airport is bigger and it has more flights coming in, but it's like 2 hours away from Tokyo by train. So after you have your long flight, you still have to take the train for 2 hours and then maybe change the train to go to your hotel. That's a lot of transportation. So I would recommend you going to flying into Haneda Airport, which is like 30 minutes away from Tokyo area. So that's pretty easier. But San Diego Airport only has a direct flight to Narita Airport. So I usually just take that one. And then my parents will pick me up. But if you can, that's like the first thing I would recommend you doing it, to fly into Haneda Airport.
How long is the flight?
Flight from here to Tokyo is about 9 hours.
Okay.
Coming back is like 11 hours.
Okay. That's not that, like 9 hours isn't that bad.
Yeah. And if you take, I only take Japan Airlines, so I can only speak about them, but their food is good and their service is really good, and they always have the TV with all the new movies.
Yeah.
So if you can't sleep on the flight, you still have a lot of entertainment that you can enjoy. So it's not too bad. Going there is always like, you're also always excited to go to the new place. So 9 hours probably will fly fast.
Yeah. Oh, I have a question about the like the card. So when you take the trains, what is the best app or what is the best card that is just the easiest for a first time person being there?
So you can purchase. Okay, I'm from Tokyo, so I only know the transportation cards that we have in Tokyo.
Oh, they're different.
But yeah, there are different companies that provides like transportation cards.
Okay.
But you can still use yours in Kyoto or different cities.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But I personally have a Passmo it's on my phone, and then you can just purchase it at the station, at the machine, and then you just keep charging your cash or credit card if you have credit card. You just bring it to the station and tell the person who works at the station to put the money in your card, or you can also do it at the convenience store. And you can also use those cards at the vending machines or convenience stores. So it's kind of like a debit card that you can use for public transportation.
I heard Google Map, like anywhere you travel, it's probably the best app to use. Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
Because that's what we used in Paris. Oh, wait, actually, no, yeah, we did use Google Maps in Paris a lot.
Oh, nice. I still use Google Maps in Japan because I get lost. But Google Maps is pretty good because let's say if you are at the hotel and if you want to go somewhere, you just type in the name of the location and it will show you every steps that you need to take. Like it even gives you which platform to go to at the station and which cart of the train to take, so that when you're changing the lanes, it's easy for you to like change the lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like it will show you which cart to take, so you're gonna be closest to the stairs or elevators.
For the Google Map, do you have to, you know how you type in, like in Google, just general Google search engine, sushi store near me, can you type that into Google Maps, or do you have to know the specific restaurant that you want to go to and then it'll lead you?
I think you can. You can just say like sushi, and then it will show all the sushi restaurant near you.
But the signage, okay, so when you land on the airport, the further away you get from the airport, is anything in English or no? Like, or do you really have to decipher things and like pull up your app and translate?
I think when you're in the city, they did pretty good job translating all the signs to English, especially after the Tokyo Olympics. But farther you get from the center of the city, it will kind of get worse because they do have like alphabet letters under the Japanese letters to translate, but it's actually just writing it out in alphabets, like writing the Japanese words in alphabet. So it probably doesn't make sense to you because let's say like Tokyo Tower. Oh, that's kind of English. That's not a great example, but it would just write it out, the sound of that word, and not translate. So Google Map and Google Translation will probably be your best friend.
Yeah. In our staff lesson, Japanese lesson, that's called Romaji.
Yes, Romaji. Roman letters. Nice. You're learning.
Okay, top places to visit. I hear a lot of people going to onsen. I know there's a bunch of different onsen rules and... okay. Maybe you can explain what onsens are.
So onsens are hot springs. So there are public one and the private one that you can go to. The public onsens, you need to be completely
You're completely naked.
Naked.
I would be so nervous.
You are only allowed to have a hand towel to just like wash your body or wipe your sweat and stuff, but you are completely naked with strangers. Or if you don't want to be naked in front of others, you can get a private onsen, so you can use it with your family, or you can just use it yourself. Which probably will be better for you.
I probably would feel more comfortable. But you've gone to quite a few, like you're comfortable.
I go to onsen every time I go back to Japan, and it's really nice. It's very relaxing. I'm so used to it because it's just normal to me, so I don't really care being naked in front of other people. But I will say, let me just clarify, it is separated, like men and women onsen are separated. Some places have
like co-ed,
unisex onsen, but usually it's separated, so it's not like I'm naked in front of.
Even if it was all female, I would be hiding behind you. Still, I'm like, you go first. And then I'd be at the corner, like the furthest height wall that you can be, facing away. Everyone would just see my back and my butt.
No, it's something. It's very unusual, I guess, to other people. But yeah, it's very nice because different locations have different types of water, and each places have their own like minerals that's good for your skin, or that's good for your neck pain or anxiety and all that different kind of stuff. So it is very relaxing. You just need to be naked. Yeah. The rules at the onsen is pretty strict. There's so many like rules that I can't even think of, but the major things are that you have to be naked. You can't have any clothing on you, and you will have to wash your body, make sure that your body is clean before you go into the bathtub, so you don't make the bathtub water dirty. That's kind of like a common sense, and then the face towel that you are allowed to carry, you can't put it in the water, because I guess the laundry detergent and all that stuff in the hand towel will make the water not very clean, I guess. And then when you're done with taking bath and when you're ready to go into the changing room, you need to wipe all the excess water on your body with that face towels. Those are like the major thing that you have to follow.
What about small tattoos?
Oh, the tattoos.
So I have a friend that has a tattoo on their wrist. Do you cover it with a band-aid? Can you cover it with makeup, or are you just flat out not allowed it at all?
If they don't catch you, and if you cover it pretty good with bandage or makeup, they won't stop you, because they won't be like, remove your bandage. Right?
What is that?
Yeah.
What is underneath that?
Are you really hard? They are not like that.
Let me see.
But I think if you cover it nicely, it should be fine, because I know there are makeups that covers your tattoos, and they're like specific for that and stuff. But I think it also depends on where you go. So when we went to Japan in May, my boyfriend has a tattoo on his arm, and we wanted to swim in the swimming pool at the hotel, but we totally forgot about tattoo, because his is tiny. But then the receptionist at the spa, she caught it, and she was like, "Is that a tattoo?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, we totally forgot." And then she was like, "Oh, you will have to cover it to go into the swimming pool, but unless you cover it, it's fine. So I think it depends on where you go. If you cover it, it's fine.
So we need some light colored foundation.
Yeah. For your tiny
yeah.
Tattoo, if you have one. Yeah, but I think it doesn't really make sense to me, but
yeah, the like all the different rules.
yeah. But yeah, onsen. But when you go to onsen, you will usually see a picture with rules for everyone to understand the rules easily. They'll have like letters and the pictures what not to do at those places, so you can pay attention to those and see what their rules are.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because the Japanese culture is more conservative and like the dress is a little more modest. So it's interesting that in a public space that you're completely naked and in that setting it's like acceptable. So I really wonder like do you know anything about the history or like the roots of how it even started? Was it just like a social type of setting where you could go and relax?
I think it's just like back then we didn't have shower room or bathroom at your own home. Mm-hmm. Even my mom, so when she was growing up, when she was a kid, they didn't have any like bathroom in their apartment. So they just go to the public onsen to take bath every day.
Oh, everybody in
that area. So some like modern houses started to have their own bathrooms in their houses. So right now we do have shower room or bathroom in the house usually, but back then, like even my mom's age, like probably like 1970s, 80s, some houses didn't have their own bathrooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just like normal for everybody.
Normal, yeah.
If I'm because it'll be my first time, and since I'm still learning Japanese, how likely is it that somebody's gonna help me if I'm looking for directions or looking for a specific store? It seems like I have the impression that Japanese people are willing to help. How likely is that? Like if I were to go there, is that actually a common thing, or is it just something people talk about?
Honestly, I don't think they're as friendly as you guys talk about them. Not in a mean way. It's just they're probably busy and they probably don't know English, so they probably get intimidated when you approach them.
Mm-hmm. But like that.
Yeah, English like they're like English, like
yeah.
Shut down, But
no, that's how I feel about like when we're pronouncing a word, like all of a sudden you get embarrassed to say the Japanese word when we have to repeat it back.
That's probably how they feel. So I would say younger generation, they probably they're required to study English when they're younger. Because I think when I was a kid, I started the school system. We started studying English when I was in 5th or 6th grade, like learning ABCs. But younger generation, I think they start in 1st grade. So I think younger people will be more likely to be open to you. So you just kind of like scan the crowd and see who looks friendly or not.
Yeah, think of it when you have to think of it when you want to take a photo of yourself and need someone to do it for you. So you're kind of scanning the crowd to see who's most likely to take a good picture of you, or like who's willing to take a photo for you. And then once you find that person, then you can ask them where the capybaras are. And they'll take you to the Shiba Inu Cafe.
Yeah, I think it depends. But remember, I don't know if you've seen those videos, but in the morning, like during the rush hour at the station, the trains are packed. So if you're traveling in the morning and you see people like trying to get to work,
Yeah.
they're
They don't
probably
have time
not
for
gonna.
you.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, they're just gonna be like, no English, sorry, bye. Yeah.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
That's like, if
I
we
think-
get stopped on our way to work, I'm like, I'm just trying to clock
Yeah.
in.
I think it just depends on the people.
And then when is the best time to go? Like if you had to choose a season, summer, winter, spring, fall, what would you recommend?
I would say spring because it's not too hot, not too cold. But I do recommend you to avoid the cherry blossom seasons. Like here, we do have cherry blossom, like beautiful cherry blossom trees at the garden, but it is always packed when the flowers are blooming. It's like that in Japan as well, so, and I'm sure the flights are more expensive during the cherry blossom season because it's also during the spring break in Japan, so people are traveling, so the flights are more expensive. So I would say spring, but after cherry blossom would be
Is it
very
usually
nice.
towards beginning or end of, is that March or April?
It's the end of March,
Okay.
because for us it's the beginning,
Like
of,
beginning
March.
of March, yeah.
It's about the same. So April, May, I would say are the best time. But June is rainy season, so May will be the best.
Okay, so for every episode, we'll start the podcast with a phrase or a new word in Japanese for you to learn. And then at the end, we're going to add in a shameless plug that talks about any of our events and programming, just exciting things that are happening in the garden. So our next big event is January, mid-January to end of January. We are going to have a bunch of different workshops and dining experiences. So we will have chefs from Kyoto hosting a dinner, chai kaiseki style. So it'll be multiple dishes. So we'll have a lunch and a dinner, and then we'll also have like a tea ceremony going on simultaneously, or it might be like a demonstration towards the end of the event. And then we also have like a bunch of workshops. So we'll have some artisans also flown out from Japan, and they'll be leading different workshops. We have the rope braiding, we have kintsugi, and you'll be able to take home whatever you make at that workshop. So you can go ahead and head over to our website, niwa.org, niwa.org, to sign up now. We do have limited availability, and we hope to see you there. All right, we will talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.